Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm Mike Atherton, and with me for this exciting contest is Mel Jones, Ali Mitchell, Ian Healy, and the one and only David Gower.
Well, others, thanks to that warm introduction, I, for one, am looking forward to the day's play. Earlier, I took a look at the conditions for the day, and I have to say I'd be very tempted to set my bowlers to work early. It's likely going to be very tough to score runs on this surface. The ball should be doing plenty. Something that shouldn't cause any problems is the weather. Absolutely stunning out there. Perfect for cricket, not a cloud in the sky. Interesting call to bat first. Looking at that pitch, it seems a strange decision. You'd have to be very confident in your batting lineup.
Players look ready. The umpires are in position for the first ball. The bowlers will want to focus on their line and lengths and let the ball do the rest. Didn't get anywhere near the first ball of the innings.
Right in behind it for the first ball.
They'll get at least one. This could be out.
And with that, they're off the mark.
The team will be after a positive innings from this batter. A great opportunity to come in and put some runs on the board. Finds the fielder with that shot.
Duckett shakes their head. It was there to be hit, but couldn't make the most of it.
Nice shot.
A fantastic shot off the back foot, really well timed. Everyone just had to stand, watch and admire.
Good shot. It's found the gap.
Well, it was hammered away, timed perfectly and placed into the gap.
That last ball isn't something you'd want to see a repeat of. You don't want to be giving easy runs away.
Yes.
Great shot. At least one on offer. Needs a direct hit.
Exquisitely down the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Singh, the left-arm fast bowler, is the new bowler from the south end.
Wait. No!
Couldn't get it through the field.
Well, that would have been a very risky run. The right call was made in the end.
Yes.
Massive edge.
Perhaps that slipped out of the hand a little during the release. Duckett didn't mind and sent it high and handsome over the boundary rope for 6.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you've just got to accept it and move on. Great timing, right off the meat of the bat.
Everything was right about it. The footwork to get back and then the back coming through the ball beautifully.
It's been a great over so far. 2 boundaries from it. Runs coming very easily. That's an unbelievable shot into the crowd.
Just missed the line, not the worst delivery, but that was dispatched with interest. Everyone just watched that in awe.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms. Doesn't beat the infield.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected. I don't think there was any bat on that as they come through for the single.
Playing all their shots in that over. A very expensive over.
Yeah. No.
There's trouble here.
Yeah.
He didn't push hard enough maybe between the wickets, and that prevented them getting back for 2. Wise decision in the end not to take the fielder on.
Yes.
Right in the slot, right where they like it. The ball races to the boundary.
Well, that one's for the textbook. Stands tall, on top of the bounce, and a lovely flick of the wrist at the end.
A little short on that occasion. Needs to adjust the length slightly to be just a little fuller. Too short on this pitch, and as we've seen already, it makes it very easy to score.
Power.
Never an extra run on that arm. Great throw back in from the deep. Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably expected more there.
Catch.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here. Out!
Yeah!
What a catch!
A great innings coming to an end. Brilliant scoring. It was a very entertaining performance. But have to head back to the pavilion.
A new batter always likes to feel bat on ball early on as they bring a bit of energy to the crease.
Nice. Yeah.
Beaten on the drive.
No.
This should be close.
No.
Trouble. Complete mix-up between these two. Just avoided an embarrassing run-out.
Yeah.
Misses everything.
Nice ball.
Well, that would have been a very risky run. The right call made in the end.
End of the over. 7 runs coming from it. The Capitals are 37 for 1. Singh from the south end.
Wait.
Well
Yep, yep.
placed. Should get a single. Could be close.
No.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
Straight to the fielder. Misses. They fail to make their ground but can't hit the stumps.
Decide against the second, way too late. I think they'd have been well short if they had continued.
Wait on.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
Keeper.
There'll be 1 run here for them.
Yep. Yep.
Nice running between the wickets, clipping the pads, not the bat though.
Some well-targeted bowling in that over. Certainly something to build on.
Yep.
Nice shot. Runs possible.
Yep.
Collects that one. Simple as you like inside the ring.
Yep.
Well, they were moving quick between the wickets. I thought for a moment they were going to go again. In the end, I reckon that would have been just too risky.
Yep.
Massive chance.
No! Yep, that's it.
Couldn't have hit that any better.
Onto the front foot early, placed it perfectly into the gap. Timed it nicely for 4 more.
Yep.
Power and precision in that shot. End of the over. The Capitals are 52 for 1.
Yep.
Couldn't have played that any better.
Straight through the line of the ball, right out of the middle of the bat.
A boundary off the last ball. Is it a sign they're trying to push the run rate?
Yep.
Huge shot. That's a massive shot. Just incredible.
That was timed very, very well. Great shot. Driven down the ground, over the boundary.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Yep.
Immaculate timing there.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there's no point in chasing that.
Wow, that's
Yep.
missed the lot.
No!
That's a wild one. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. Poor play.
Drives and misses everything.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Yep.
Middle that one. Great timing.
Got that one. Clean out of the middle. 4 off a brilliant shot.
The right-arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the north end.
Yes.
Nice timing, good batting, won't get to the boundary. A couple on offer here.
Yep.
Picks the gap perfectly.
Well, that was a really solid shot. Read the length early to get onto the front foot, and that raced away for 4.
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder after the boundary.
Yep.
Quick
No.
onto that in the infield.
A bit of a mix-up. They'll need to improve their communication.
Yep.
Nicely played.
Fine placement and enough timing to get that ball away to the boundary.
Don't mind getting hit for runs. What's important is to focus on getting the next ball right.
Yep.
Good pickup, big chance.
Just a little bit wide, well picked up. And let the ball do all the work really, just to nudge it down towards third.
Yep, catch it.
Caught, gone.
Well, the end of an entertaining performance with the bat. Certainly a good wicket to get. The runs were really starting to flow.
And with that wicket, the new batter will mark their guard. They just need to rotate the strike early on as they get settled.
Yep.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Short and wide, did well to get some bat on that.
Nice.
Confusion written on the batters' faces. A mix-up that almost led to a run-out. Moving well between the wickets. Great running, fantastic running, but it's leg byes to the total.
Yep.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple. Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
That gets things going. Just nice to get settled, start to get your first runs.
Yep.
A direct hit and this could be gone.
Yep.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
Ball's in. No.
Marsh has really kept the pressure on in this over. Just needs to maintain the momentum going forwards.
Oh, nice bowling.
Just threw the shot too early.
Yep. Bowler. Yep.
Needs to be on target.
They're fast between the wickets. Good fielding keeps it close though.
Let's see if they can get the ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure. Absolutely nailed it.
That was just a massive shot. Middled it and it flew over the boundary. Brilliant stuff.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball, but you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come.
Yes.
Chance!
That was a pretty wild delivery. Lost all control.
Nice.
That would have been a very risky single. In the end, a good decision to stay put.
Yep. Nice bowling.
Sensible decision in the end not to take that run.
Yep.
They'd look for a couple here.
Keeper.
Poor fielding. Throw sent to the wrong end and both batters are safely home. That was a solid shot. Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably deserved more from it.
A beauty, brilliant catch.
Back to the sheds, but a good contribution to the team today. It's been a nice knock.
Miller won't have the pressure of facing up just yet. The nerves will be rattling a bit while they're at the non-striker's end.
That was a tremendous delivery, fizzed through to the keeper. No more short balls this over.
Yes, keep up, keep up.
There's a chance if this hits.
It's the sort of...
Yeah.
They'll get at least one.
Miller gets off the mark.
Yep. Oh, no. Nice.
Had to pull off the big dive to save some certain runs. Did it very well, did the keeper.
Yes.
Great shot. At least one on offer. End of the over. 9 off it. The Capitals are 113 for 4. Khan has the ball in hand. The captain will be hoping they can tie down one end. Runs have been flowing a little too easily.
Wait. Yeah.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Miller shakes their head. He was there to be hit, but couldn't make the most of it.
Nice bowling.
That was a pretty wild delivery, lost all control.
Yep.
Super piece of timing.
That's what you pay the entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
Just need to keep it simple. Line and length, around about off stump, and that'll force the mistake. Doesn't bother with the bat, just pad. Huge shout. The bowler seems very confident with that one. Can't see why this would be overturned. Looks to have struck right in front.
How close is that? Could be the wicket. Nothing picked up from the bat. This could spell trouble. Pitching in line, just a case now on if it's hitting the stumps. Nothing wrong with the impact. Would it hit the wickets, though? Slightly unlucky, just clipping the wickets, and they have to go.
It wasn't a great decision to start with. Not surprised to see the umpire's decision stand.
A trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes down as a fail. Obviously didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it.
Sharma ready to face their first ball. Really needs to settle quickly and see if they can get the ball into the gaps.
Oh no, nice.
Oh yes, the slow one beats the bat. Didn't pick it out the hand.
Nice bowling.
Well, another chance to bowl that one. Really can't have been wide by much though.
Oh no. Yes,
Sprayed
nice
that
bowling.
very wide. Hits the boundary rope. The keeper had no chance there.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
And with that, they're off the mark.
Yep, catch it.
Good catch. Out.
Well, this is a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down. Really didn't get settled. Looked to be in trouble, sadly, for most of the knock.
Coming to the wicket, they'll be looking to play within the V early and expand as they get settled.
Nice.
Another chance to bowl that one. Really can't have been wide by much, though.
A change to the complexion of this match. Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging them to drive and really attack the stumps. Beaten on the drive.
Marsh with a superb delivery. Got them trying to drive, but messing everything up.
Edge. Unplayable.
Well, that's a waste of a delivery. Absolutely no trouble getting onto it and dispatching it for 6.
Doesn't beat the infield.
Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably expected more there.
Yep.
Good throw from the deep. Bang on target. Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot. Good running.
Yep.
Sharma got nothing on that as it goes over the rope.
Appeared to be well within the limits, and the umpires called a wide.
Waiting.
Well placed. Should get a single. There'll be one run here for them. Straight to the fielder.
They find themselves 7 wickets down. It's about now you need someone to stand up and stick around at the crease.
Nice shot. Runs possible. Needs a direct hit.
Exquisitely down the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Nice.
It looked a pretty good delivery, to be honest. Umpire, though, has given it as a wide.
Yep. Go.
Well, that would have been a very risky run. The right call was made in the end.
Yep.
There'll be runs here. Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Yes.
Massive chance.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yeah. Keeper's end. Yep.
Good shot. It's found the gap.
Keeper's end.
9 runs added in that over. The Capitals are 153 for 7. Marsh from the south end.
Yep.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
Misjudged that and takes a hit on the body.
Yeah. Nice bowling.
That's a tough call for the bowler. I thought that was there to be hit.
Yes.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
Bowler. Yeah.
Great shot through the gap.
Yeah, bowler. Yep.
Could be close. That's the over. The Capitals are 167 for 7.
Yep. No!
Decided against the second way too late. I think they would have been well short if they'd continued on.
Yes.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yep.
Quick onto that in the infield.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Yep. Nice. Go!
It looked like a pretty good delivery, to be honest. Umpire's given it as a wide.
Yep. No!
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot and couldn't find the gap.
Yep.
There was absolutely a second on then, being a little bit too risk-averse out in the middle.
End of the over, 6 runs coming from it. The Capitals are 173 for 7. Ahmed, the left-arm orthodox bowler, is coming into the attack from the south end.
Yep.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
No!
Well, they're moving quick between the wickets. I thought for a moment they were going to go again. In the end, I reckon that would have been just too risky.
Right on.
Short and wide, did well to get some bat on that.
Yeah. No!
Nice running between the wickets, clipping the pads, not the bat though.
Yep.
Couldn't have played that any better.
Just perfection, a majestic shot. You just cannot hit it any better than that. Raced away to the boundary.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Yep.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying.
Yep, yep.
They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
Bowler's end.
End of the over. 9 runs coming from it. The Capitals are 182 for 7. The right armour is coming into the attack from the north end.
Yep.
Confident appeal. Could it be?
No!
Tough call either way. Might be worth risking a review if they're right.
No problems at all with where the ball is pitched. The decision will stand by the narrowest of margins.
Not the best decision to review that. The umpire has got it spot on.
Yep.
Caught.
Yeah!
One of the easiest catches you'll see.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
A big opportunity. They've worked hard in recent weeks. They should have the confidence to build an innings and get big runs on the board.
Confusion written on the batters' faces. A mix-up that almost led to a run-out.
Yep, yep. No!
Decide against the second, way too late. I think they'd have been well short if they had continued.
Yep.
Immediately underway with some runs.
This should be close.
I don't think there was any bat on that as they come through for the single.
6 runs added there. The Capitals are 188 for 8.
Yes.
Caught first ball of the new over. What a disappointment.
This innings just cut short before it really flourished. It really looked like it would be moving to a big, big score, and it's not to be.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
They need to get their calling right. Mix-ups like that won't help either of this pair.
Yep.
Pierced the gap and gets their first runs.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
No.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Wait.
Gone right through the defences. Really good innings comes to an end. That's going to be a tough total to chase. Someone is going to need to step up with a big score.
Waiting. Yes.
Couldn't get it through the field. There's a run here, surely.
No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
Drives and misses everything.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it. Some adjustments to the field.
Yep.
Chance. Huge nick, but no one to catch it. You can see how good this pitch can be for batting. You want the player coming forward, but it's a tight margin. Only a touch full and put away.
Yes.
Great shot. At least one on offer. Marsh comes out to bat in a bit of form, but it'll be interesting to see how they go today.
No interest in that one from the batter. Stark will be wanting to hone in on a better line and length to make them play next time.
Yes.
Very quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs.
And they're away and nicely off the mark.
Yeah.
Immaculate timing there.
No trouble at all to punch it away to the boundary for 4. A poor delivery.
A new bowler is coming into the attack.
Yeah, mate.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to bowl it there. Overpitched and helped to the boundary.
It was wide and suitably dealt with.
That last ball isn't something you'd want to see a repeat of. You don't want to be giving easy runs away.
Waiting.
Just threw the shot too early.
Wait.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yes.
They'll get at least 1. Nicely taken. Quick to latch onto it.
It's the wicket they so desperately wanted. They've removed a real threat before they could get going.
New batter comes to the crease. Never an easy time to come in after the fall of a wicket.
Wait there.
Marsh shakes their head. It was there to be hit, but couldn't make the most of it.
Yep.
Well placed. Should get a single. There'll be 1 run here for them.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot, good running.
Wait on.
Doesn't beat the infield.
Marsh shakes their head. It was there to hit, couldn't make the most of it.
Wait.
Just threw the shot too early.
Nicked it.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the 3rd dot ball.
Yep.
That's just silly. The power on that shot is incredible. That's the sort of shot you want to see at a cricket match.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it and move on.
Yep.
Nicely played. Perfect timing.
Caressed that nicely through the gap to the boundary.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Yeah, mate.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Yep.
Timed that brilliantly.
Perhaps that slipped out of the hand a little during the release. Inglis didn't mind and sent it high and handsome over the boundary rope for 6.
Yep.
Nice shot. Runs possible.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
Yep.
They'd look for a couple here.
Keeper.
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better.
Start from the north end. Patel, the left armer, is coming on to bowl from the north end.
Yep. Right there.
Straight to the fielder.
Right.
What great reactions. Brilliant catch close in.
After all that effort, they just couldn't manage to go onto the 100. They'll feel like they've missed out here.
Difficult period as they come to the wicket.
Yep.
They'll take plenty of time to set themselves up before facing their first ball. A couple on offer here.
That gets things going. Just nice to get settled, start to get your first runs.
Yep.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
There was a bit of width on that, and they've climbed into the shot to send it up and over for 6.
Going with spin now.
Waiting.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Huge edge.
Inglis shakes their head. It was there to hit, couldn't make the most of it.
Yep.
Oh my, that's just flown off the middle.
That was timed very, very well. Great shot. Driven down the ground and flew over the boundary.
A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball, and it'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond.
Yep.
Strong appeal.
A long walk back to the pavilion. This has not been a good knock. Not what you expect from someone of his skill level.
And with that wicket, we'll see it. Change out in the middle. Pooran, whose first task is getting themselves settled.
Yeah.
Nice way to get off the mark.
We've reached the end of the fielding restrictions. There'll be changes to the field, I imagine. The captain now has 3 more fielders to work with outside the circle.
Yep.
Great shot through the gap.
Got their head right in line with the ball. A beautiful strike there down the ground. The captain's going to change things around in the field.
Finds the edge. And taken. Superb delivery.
Another one gone. The 4th wicket is in the bag. A bit of trouble if there was another to fall quickly. We've seen some very good bowling.
Yep.
Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think.
Good running, just finding the gap, and that allows for rotation of the strike and keeps the pressure on the bowlers.
Yep. Keeper's ball.
A little flick of the wrist to get it round the corner for an easy run.
Wait. Yep.
Good batting. Get an opportunity to score and take it. Giving them absolutely nothing here at the moment. Another over gone and not much from it.
Waiting. Yep. Yep, yep. Yep.
Great shot, but it's not going to beat the fielder.
Decisive running might have gotten 2. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
Deceived by the drift, beaten by the spin. It's as simple as that, really.
Yep.
flew away with pace. Brilliant timing.
That ball has been hit. It's flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward on the front foot is ridiculous.
The left-arm unorthodox bowler is coming into the attack from the north end.
Inglis will be frustrated with that shot. The ball was there to hit, but couldn't find the gap.
Yep.
Good bit of timing there.
Just a little bit of room given, and the power was immense. It's flown over the boundary. Didn't hit that well, very late in playing the shot. Timing just a little early on that occasion.
Confident appeal. Could it be?
Waiting.
Quick onto that in the infield.
Unable to get the scoreboard moving.
Yep.
Good running. Just finding the gap, and that allows for rotation of the strike and keeping pressure on the bowlers.
Catch it.
Right out of the middle.
That was a massive shot, middled, and it flew over the boundary. Brilliant stuff.
Yep.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying.
Yep. Wait. Yep.
Really raced between the wickets after it was clipped away nicely behind square.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Yep.
Seems slightly odd not just to take the single that was on offer there.
Yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Yep.
Really good shot there.
There was minimal follow through, just great timing to punch it through the field for 4. No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot, couldn't find a gap.
Yep.
right off the middle of the bat.
A good way to push up the run rates. They'll be 50 in no time with shots like that.
Patel with the ball in hand again.
Waiting.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Just threw the shot too early.
Yep.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Misses everything.
Well bowled.
Patel with a superb delivery. Got them trying to drive, but messed everything up. That's a wild one. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. Poor play.
Yep. Yep. Yep, yep.
They'll get at least one.
Yep.
Nice timing, good batting, won't get to the boundary.
Keeper.
Tucked it nicely into the gap. Pick up a single, rotate the strike.
Yep. Yep.
Huge shot, that's a massive shot, just incredible.
They haven't messed about, brings up a rapid 50, hasn't let any of the bowlers settle.
Yep.
Well placed, should get a single.
Yep. Keeper.
There'll be one run here for them. That sees the completion of the over. A good one too, not many opportunities to score. Edged it. Doesn't beat the infield. Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting. Beaten on the drive.
Bowling.
That spun a long, long way, and yet somehow it missed completely everything.
Yep, yep.
Nicely played.
Just missed the line, not the worst delivery, but that was dispatched with interest. Everyone just watched that in awe. A bit of frustration after that shot, went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Yep. Yep, Yep, yep.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
This is a great wicket to take. Just looked to be building a solid innings and at a really good run rate. Perfect time to take a wicket.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Good return back from the deep. Not wasting any time, they're off the mark straight away.
Nice shot, runs possible. Can't get that outside the ring field.
Yeah, yeah.
Middle that one, great timing.
Too much width and it gives a free swing of the arms through the line of the ball. It's been given the full treatment.
Patel, I don't think will be too happy with their bowler at the moment.
Yeah.
There'll be runs here.
Bowler.
That was a solid shot. Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably deserved more from it.
Gap with ease. Wasn't the worst ball you'll see, but it still raced to the rope.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it and move on.
Yeah, yeah.
Gone!
Yeah!
Excellent catch, close to the bat.
Really getting towards the tail enders now. 6th wicket gone. There's not a lot left in this lineup.
It's a long way to walk out here just to walk straight back. They'll just want to get this first one behind them and then push on. Khan ready to face their first ball. Really needs to settle quickly and see if they can get the ball into the gaps.
Yep.
Chance to run two.
And with that, they're off the mark.
Nicked it. Straight to the fielder. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. Great work. Held their nerve while the ball was in the air and takes a good catch.
They find themselves 7 wickets down. It's about now you need someone to stand up and stick around at the crease.
With the fall of that wicket, the new batter comes out to the crease. They're quick to take guard and face up. The right-arm medium bowler is coming on to bowl from the north end.
Yep.
And they're away and nicely off the mark.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Wait. Keepers.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Drives and misses everything.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Yes.
Very quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more. Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
With the completion of that over, there will need to be some considerable risks now from the batters. Stark, the left armour, is the new bowler from the south end.
Nice bowling.
Oh, didn't get the feet moving. Played down the wrong line. Threw the hands at it. Got nothing on the ball.
Loud appeal.
Well bowled.
Just threw the shot too early. Didn't hit that well. Very late playing that shot.
Yes. Keeper's in. Nice bowling.
Khan shakes their head. It was there to hit. Couldn't make the most of it.
Well, that was another good over. You can see the frustration growing on the batters.
Yes.
Off the edge, could be four.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery. Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
Yep. Keeper's in.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
Doesn't want to bowl it there. Overpitched and helped to the boundary.
Onto the front foot early, placed it perfectly into the gap. Timed it nicely for 4 more.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms.
Yep.
Super shot, that.
Just perfection, a majestic shot. You just cannot hit it any better than that. Raced away to the boundary.
Yep.
Onto the front foot. Super shot. Should be four.
Well, a lovely shot. Really good timing. Out of the middle, and it raced to the boundary.
A little short on that occasion. Needs to adjust the length slightly to be just a little fuller. Too short on this pitch. And as we've seen already, it makes it very easy to score. Gee, they're bowling well at the moment. They complete another very good over. 21 runs needed. Will take a number of big shots to get home.
Nice
Great
bowling.
work behind the stumps. Save some runs with that dive.
Yep. Yep.
Trouble. Oh, gone.
Another one. 8 wickets gone. You feel it's just a matter of time now. A few decent deliveries could see the end.
Yeah.
Twofold. Got what it deserved.
You could see by how it whistled away to the boundary just how sweetly this was timed.
A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball, and it'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond.
Khan shakes their head. He was there to be hit, but couldn't make the most of it.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
Bowling.
Stark with a superb delivery. Got them trying to drive, but messing everything up. That's a great win. It really did seem that first inning display had put enough runs on the board, and they've been able to defend it. Great bowling.
This was a lot closer than it looked on paper. What a fantastic game. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. See you very soon.